that he had put her head on a shelf and screamed at it for an hour, threw darts at it, and ultimately smashed her face in. He also cut her tongue out and her larynx and put them in a garbage disposal.
Tell me in a sentence who you are.
I'm nobody. I'm a bum. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine. And a straight razor if you get too close to me.
Do you ever feel violent?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Describe the feeling that you get when you feel like killing people.
Well, last March 11th, I was hallucinating, and I took a razor blade and I cut a man's throat.
Here in the hospital?
Here in the hospital.
Do you think you'd murder me, Joe?
Yes.
That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
You don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place.
I hope I never do either.
Of 1990, New York City was a tinderbox. The crack epidemic was tearing the 5 boroughs apart, and homicides were peaking at an all-time high of over 2,200 murders. The NYPD was drowning in chaos. But tucked away inside a cramped apartment in East New York, a different kind of monster was watching. He didn't care about drug turf, money, or revenge. He was looking at the stars, armed with handmade zip guns constructed from scrap metal and rubber bands. He set out to execute a flawless, terrifying plan. To murder 12 random strangers, one for every single sign of the Zodiac. For 6 long years, he outsmarted 2 elite police task force using international maritime codes and the celestial calendar, leaving the entire city terrified to look out their windows at night. The papers called him a criminal mastermind, a modern resurrection of the infamous California Phantom. But the most shocking part of the story isn't how he started his cosmic game of death. It's the incredibly ordinary domestic mistake that brought it all crashing down. Welcome back to the Murder Podcast Show. Tonight we are tracking the blood-stained orbit of Eddie Seda, the copycat Zodiac.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic Saturday here on the Murder Podcast Show. Unsafe, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Unsafe is also known as the analyst.
Yeah.
That's right, because she is the mod in our chat, so she's always analyzing your comments. So
yep, she's always making sure you
careful.
guys are following the rules and not breaking them.
Yes. We will get you a soundbite too, Unsafe. Don't you worry there, we will. Well, I am your host of the Murder Podcast Show since the very beginning, and they also call me They call me nothing.
Oh, no.
They call me the silence.
Yeah.
What
is going on?
They call me technology.
Just,
difficulties.
Hey, Lackadaisy.
Yes, Lackadaisy, welcome in. Okay.
Give us a second. Some
Give me a
technical
second.
difficulties.
You know, it's always something. All right. Anyways, I'm here.
The architect.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh,
I
boy.
am the architect, as they call me. That's right, here on the Murder Podcast Show. And alongside of me is my co-host, also known as...
Criminology, Chris.
Yeah, my button works. Hi.
Mr. Criminology, Chris, my co-host. And alongside of him is the director of all of our social media platforms. That's right.
Time to check my social media, y'all. To see who loves me online.
Classroom Jackie.
I love that still. It's probably my favorite.
So welcome everybody here to another fantastic Saturday evening, back at
Hi,
our normal
Raptor.
start time. Hello, Raptor Jesus and Lackadaisy. Welcome in, everybody. We do appreciate it. Our sponsors here, one of our new sponsors for about a month now or so. Do you need quality automotive repair and maintenance you can trust? Well, you're in luck. You can visit Mr. Wrenches of Akron LLC. They're conveniently located across from the Derby Downs at 1175 George Washington Boulevard in Akron, Ohio. They offer fast service, friendly customer care, reliable repairs, honest and professional work. Whether you need routine maintenance or repairs, we're here to help you help keep you on the road. By appointment or walk-ins are welcome. And you can call them, give either Gage a call or stop by today. And another one here.
You know her, you love
Yes,
her. She's our favorite.
She's been a sponsor of ours from pretty much the very beginning here. It's Crafty Corner by Laura. She makes a wide selection of handmade crochet plushies, both cute and creepy, animals, pop culture, fantasy, anime, and horror. They also specialize in custom orders like the voodoo doll in front of my monitors and all the other various custom orders we have throughout the studio here. You can follow them on Instagram at the.crafty.corner.by.Laura. And that's right, as I always tell you, there's 3 dots in there. It's not my job to tell you where they go.
Speaking of crafty, I will be messaging you back today about that. I completely forgot. Things got crazy.
And now let's head on over to Classroom Jackie for her 1 minute of murder segment.
Classroom Jackie's 1 minute of murder.
All right, guys. So we haven't had a ton of growth lately. It just may have been because it was the holidays, things like that. Our YouTube did grow, though. But we'll start with our Instagram. We are at 45 followers. So that is 2 more than we had before. Our Facebook is at 168 followers. Our YouTube, we hit 677. And how many viewing hours are we at now?
We're not even at 1,000 yet.
Okay.
So we still got a ways to go to hit the 3,000 to get the first monetization stage. There's 2 of them. And the first one would open up memberships. That's right. And we would offer a couple different membership packages that are paid per month. And I haven't figured out what they would be. The lowest one would probably be like $1.99 a month, and then the highest one would probably be like $4.99 or something. They'd be different tiers. They'd offer different things, and they would also all give you access to the Afterlife show that we are going to do. That we did 2 of them so far, and we haven't done one in about a month. But if you've not caught the Afterlife show, you're in luck, because after tonight's episode, we are going to do another one.
Yeah.
Tune in for that. It's where we talk anything non-true crime, and we have a list of things we're going to talk about tonight. We just kind of goof off, have fun, and kick back and watch some different movie clips and all that good jazz. So stick around for that. And we always do that about 15 minutes after the live here. So, and it's all done live as well.
Yeah. And our TikTok is at 2,431, guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's growing.
That one's going. It's still going.
So, as I always do like to tell you guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share all of our social, medias, and especially here. And don't forget to click the little notification bell. What that does is it will notify you every time we are about to go live here on YouTube. Anyways, so yes, tonight we're doing week 2 of our Copycat Killers. That's right. And we are going to be covering the gentleman here that, let me put him up on the screen for you. That was the copycat killer for the Zodiac. And his name, again, was...
Eddie Seda, because we are not going to try and pronounce that first name.
No, correct. So there is Mr. Eddie Seda right there on the screen. He looks like a winner. So if you see him driving down the street in a van that says free candy, jump on in. Don't jump in.
Don't go. Don't. No.
Heriberto?
Heriberto?
Harababuchi.
Bye-bye.
So anyways, yeah, let's fire in the hole. Let's have a good time here tonight.
Yeah. To truly grasp the terror that gripped the 5 boroughs, we have to look at March 8th, 1990. The neighborhood in East New York, Brooklyn, an area already heavily hit by a decade's crime wave. Mario O., a 49-year-old hardworking restaurant employee, is walking home under the dim street lights after a grueling shift. Out of the darkness, a figure steps up silently behind him. There is no demand for his wallet, no shouted threats, no gang colors, just the deafening crack of a firearm echoing off the concrete.
Boy, that's a lovely word I get to start right off the rip with.
Just call Mario. Just say Mario.
Mario is shot squarely in the back. The bullet tears through his jacket and flesh, lodging millimeters from his spine. He collapses onto the pavement, bleeding heavily as his assailant vanishes into the night. Miraculously, emergency responders save his life. At the time, local precincts treat it as just another... excuse me, I have a burp. It's stuck like halfway. Statistic, a random unfortunate act of street violence in a city where such shootings happened every day.
I heard taking a drink of water helps with that.
Yeah, I got everything over here but water. Oh, wait, I got a little bit left here.
Just slug some coffee.
Don't tell unsafe. She's telling me to drink water today. I have been, but not as much as I should. Anyways.
Yeah.
Moving on. But exactly 21 days later, on March 29th, the shadow strikes again. This time, the location shifts to Woodhaven, Queens. Jermaine M., 33 years old, is walking down a quiet street when a man approaches him out of nowhere. The stranger doesn't say a word. He raises a crude metallic weapon and pulls the trigger. The bullet tears through Jermaine's lower torso, severely damaging his liver. Like Mario, Jermaine beats the odds, surviving after emergency surgery.
Yes, to answer your question without answering it.
Decaf.
Anyways.
Decaf.
It is decaf.
I've been doing the light roast, so that's been much better than doing medium or bold. So I've got that. 2 shootings, 2 different boroughs, seemingly random victims with absolutely no connection to one another. The police weren't connecting the dots because there was no logical thread. But the killer didn't want to remain anonymous. He needed the validation. He needed the city to know that this wasn't random violence. It was a grand design. On May 31st, 1990, he made sure the NYPD could no longer look away.
Real crafty, yeah.
Yeah, he's...
Not random violence, just shot some guy in the back. Man,
yeah.
You are crafty.
Yeah, he's...
Yeah, with your shitty gun.
Maybe he's related to BTK in a way.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to try and pronounce these last names. So if I stutter for a second, it's because I'm trying to remember all these victims' names.
I stutter every show. Oh, so. Hey.
Joseph P. is a 70...
We're not even a quarter of the way in, and we already got shit going on in here.
I've been in an odd mood all day. Ask her.
I've told you. I warned you too. I told him.
The things and the stuff.
God, both of you.
Yep.
Joseph P., a 78-year-old man, is targeted in Jamaica, Queens. He is shot in the lower back, a devastating wound that completely destroys his kidney. Joseph hangs on in a hospital bed for over 3 weeks, fighting valiantly for his life, before finally succumbing to his injuries on June 24th. He becomes the killer's first fatality.
But it's what the attacker left behind at the crime scene that sent shivers down the spines of responding detectives. Tucked away near the scene was a handwritten, deeply unsettling note. The grammar was erratic. That's right. Erratic. The spelling atrocious. It's a BTK thing. It's got to be. But the message was clear. It read, "This is the Zodiac. The 12 sign will die when the belts in the heaven are seen." Boy, you could tell grammar is his. That's key.
Did he spell Zodiac correctly?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
Wow.
But instead of saying the 12th sign will die when the belt hits, he said
the 12 signs.
The 12 signs.
The 12 sign.
Or 12 sign.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
The note contained a crude drawing of a circle divided into 12 sections, a makeshift zodiac wheel, along with a terrifying breakdown of his victim's birth signs. The NYPD suddenly realized they weren't dealing with a mugger, a stick-up kid, or a gang member. They were dealing with a theatrical, highly motivated serial killer who was actively hunting human beings based on the stars.
Wow. Let's look at the sheer precision of the pattern the killer was laying out. When detectives had reviewed the birth dates of the victims from that initial 1990 wave, the terrifying truth crystallized?
Yeah. So...
Wait, what is it? Bless his little heart, as we would say in the South.
Yeah.
Do you know how long it took me to realize that it can either be an insult or a compliment to say bless your heart?
It's really kind of the context
Really?
and how you say it.
Yep. It can
Yeah.
either be
Really
a compliment
it's how
or
you
an
say it.
insult.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right? Snuggie, back me up on that.
No. It's been enough time down in the South to
All right.
realize they
So-
could be ripping on you.
This is the interesting pattern that they've noticed.
Okay.
Mario, his attack date was March 8th, 1990. His his zodiac sign is a Pisces. He survived.
Okay.
Jermaine was an Aries. He survived. Joseph was a Gemini. He died. And then the next one that was in 1990, Larry Parham, he was attacked. He was a Gemini and survived. So
Huh.
he's attacked 3 of the Zodiacs so far.
Okay.
So he killed a Gemini, but he re-attacked another Gemini.
Yes.
That survived.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that progression.
Because us
Pis-
Geminis are cool.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Look at that progression. Pisces, Aries, Gemini. The killer was moving through the zodiac calendar and noticed the gap between Joseph and the next victim. On June 19th, less than 3 weeks after Joseph was shot, the killer struck again, shifting his hunting grounds to Manhattan.
Unsafe said she's not wrong, but I'm from the South, so it took me forever to realize it isn't an insult. Not always.
An insult. Yeah.
Larry Parham, a 43-year-old homeless man, was sleeping peacefully on a bench in Central Park. A man approached him and struck up a bizarre, seemingly casual conversation. The man asked Parham what his birth sign was. When Parham, confused, had revealed he was a Gemini, the man didn't hesitate. He pulled out a gun and shot Parham directly in the chest. Parham survived only because the bullet miraculously veered away from his aorta.
Beside the
Wow.
park bench, police recovered another note. This one explicitly marked off the sign of Cancer, signaling who his next target would be. The killer was playing a cosmic game with human lives, treating the 5 boroughs of New York as his personal blood-soaked game board. That is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go out of my house, ever.
No, because he'd come up to me and be like, "What's your sign?" I'd be like, I'm not Gemini.
Taurus.
I'm not gonna
Taurus. I'm
date
a
you."
Taurus.
Yeah. I'm a pony. Oh crap, that's not
I'm
one.
a snake.
I'm a miniature horse.
You're the monkey. Yeah.
A giraffe.
No. Absolutely not. By mid-June 1990, absolute panic hit one police plaza. The media got wind of the crime scene notes, and the headlines were explosive. The New York Post and the Daily News ran front-page stories screaming that the original California Zodiac, or an incredible lethal disciple, had come out of retirement to terrorize New York. On June 1st, 1990, the NYPD officially formed the first Zodiac Task Force, pulling 65 elite detectives off other cases to focus it entirely on stopping this madman.
But the task force quickly realized they were fighting an invisible enemy. The forensic ballistics were completely baffling. Typically, when a bullet is fired, the spiral grooving inside the gun barrel, called rifling, leaves unique microscopic scratches on the bullet. This allows ballistics experts to match a bullet back to a specific make and model of a handgun. But the bullets recovered from the Zodiac's victims had absolutely no rifling marks. They were completely smooth.
Why? because the killer wasn't buying commercial firearms. He was building them himself in his apartment. He was manufacturing zip guns, crude improvised weapons that were constructed from industrial pipes, heavy-duty rubber bands, door latches, and blocks of wood. Because the barrels were smooth, iron pipes matching the bullets to a specific weapon via forensic ballistics was scientifically impossible. The killer knew this, and he openly mocked the police for it in subsequent letters.
I'm gonna make fun of you because you can't use forensics to trace a gun, but truly, like, the joke's on me because I can't get my hands on illegal firearms or anything that was, like, wouldn't jam up and is completely capable of killing somebody because I have no money and I'm not a part of what I need to be a part of to get my hands on that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah.
And the letters are where this case transitions from terrifying to deeply weird. The killer began mailing complex and coded ciphers to local media outlets, specifically the New York Post. He wasn't just using simple letters substitution codes like a schoolyard game. He was adapting professional maritime signals.
He was actually trying to write a legitimate sentence, but he couldn't handle it. So they just called it a cipher.
Yeah, he's like, crap, I should have finished school. Why didn't I?
Yeah.
Specifically international maritime flag codes, intertwining them with custom symbols and mathematical spacing.
Yeah.
The man who broke the code wasn't an NYPD cryptonologist? Cryptonologist, yeah, I believe so.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. Or an FBI profiler. It was a tenacious journalist named, KC.
Kieran.
We'll go with KC.
Casey.
Who was covering the story for the New York Post. C.
Just call him Crowley.
Mr. Crowley.
What have you done in your
Crowley brought the ciphers home, and he had recruited his father-in-law, who was a brilliant World War II veteran with extensive experience in military intelligence and cryptography. Together, working late into the night at a kitchen table, they cracked the code.
The decoded messages revealed the inner workings of a deeply fractured, hyper-focused mind. The killer wrote about his intense hatred of sin, his desire for cleansing, and his absolute promise that he would not stop until his 12-sign wheel was entirely filled with the blood of his victims.
Blood. The task force brought in professional astrology. Astronomers, right?
Astronomers and astrologers.
And astrologers to analyze the dates of the attacks. They discovered a pattern. The attacks occurred roughly every 21 to 24 days, almost always falling on a Thursday and perfectly aligning with the nights when the specific constellations of the targeted victims were highly visible in the northeastern sky. The police had prepared for a massive stakeout operation ahead of the next predicted date, but then the killer went completely dark.
For 2 years, the city held its breath. No letters, no zip gun shootings, no astrological notes. The first Zodiac task force, facing immense political pressure and dealing with thousands of other open homicides in the city, was officially disbanded in November 1990 due to the lack of activity. Investigators hoped the monster had died, moved away, or been arrested in another unrelated crime. But he hadn't. He had just been waiting for the stars to align again.
Oh, shit. So, August 10th, 1992, the 2-year hiatus ended in the most brutal, frenzied way imaginable. Patricia F., we'll go with that, a 39-year-old woman whose birth sign was Leo, was walking through a park in Queens. A man had approached her and fired his zip gun twice, but the crude weapon malfunctioned, failing to deliver a fatal blow.
Yeah, imagine that. Your homemade gun didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work so well, the gun you built in Mom's basement, you know. I'm going to make a rubber band gun.
Yeah.
I'm going to call myself the Zodiac.
Instead of fleeing, the killer flew in an unhinged primal rage. He drew a knife and attacked Fonte, stabbing her over 100 times in a frantic frenzy. She died at the scene. The calculated, distant sniper had transformed into an incredibly close quarters savage monster. I don't know that even you could have called him a sniper to begin with. I don't even think the guns that he's crafted were even a rifle. I think they all were relatively close quartered.
Yeah. I wouldn't give him that kind of high title.
No,
you know?
I don't think I'd give him any kind of high title.
Give him a title of jackass.
Yeah.
The horror continued to escalate into 1993, spreading across the boroughs. June 4th, 1993, James Weber is shot in the lower body in Ridgewood, Queens. He is a Gemini. He survives that attack. And July 20th, 1993, Joseph D. is targeted in Haven. He is shot in the head at point-blank range while sitting in his car. He is a Cancer, and he does not survive. October 2nd, 1993, Diane B. is shot in the neck in a park. She is a Libra. Now he's going everywhere now. Against all medical odds, she survives but faces recovery that was brutal, I guess, or rough or tough or grueling, you know. But why is he attacking us Geminis? What the hell?
I don't know. He killed a Cancer. That's me.
Yeah, he did.
In 1994, a second highly focused Zodiac task force was established. 25 dedicated detectives, they chased down over 10,000 tips, cross-referenced handwriting samples of all amateur astronomers in the tri-state area, and monitored occult bookstores. But they came up completely empty-handed. The killer remained a ghost, walking among 8 million people.
Yeah, this guy's a trip. Here is the ultimate mind-boggling irony of the New York Zodiac case. So the city had spent millions of dollars. Detectives had logged tens of thousands of grueling overtime hours. That had to have been some nice checks. The FBI's elite behavioral science units had built extensive psychological profiles, and the best cryptographers in the country had broken their brains over his codes. I'm a Cancer too, girl. How rude. I know.
She and I are very close.
I was going to say that she was, but I didn't know if she wanted me to throw that out there or not.
We're very close in the time-wise time of the month for that. For our birthdays.
Good job.
Birthdays! We need a birthday song from people who have birthdays that come in here, you know. Any birthdays in the chat tonight? Unsafe, we know it's not yours. But,
are we going to do...
yeah, we will here in a second.
But the NYPD didn't catch this criminal mastermind through brilliant detective work, high-tech forensic science, or astronomical tracking.
Got it.
The killer handed himself to the authorities on a silver platter because of an explosive family argument inside a cramped, suffocating apartment in Brooklyn.
Give me a second here. The date is June 18th, 1996. The location is an apartment building near Highland Park, Brooklyn. A frantic 911 call comes into the precinct reporting a violent domestic dispute. Shots fired and a heavily armed subject had actually barricaded himself inside. This isn't a high-level task force deployment. It's a standard high-danger domestic emergency call for local patrol officers. That's crazy that it wouldn't be a high-level task force. Maybe it's because out there they're used to that kind of shit.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Someone gets shot, yeah, you're not calling in the reserves or the SWAT team for every single one of those.
Yeah.
They'd be awfully busy.
Yes, that is true.
The man inside the apartment was 28-year-old. How did you pronounce his name?
Heriberto?
Eddie Seda.
Eddie Seda.
To his neighbors, Eddie was a deeply strange, intensely isolated recluse. He was a high school dropout, completely unemployed, who spent his days hoarding weapons and reading the Bible. Neighbors recalled that he would frequently pace the sidewalks in full military camouflage, screaming at passerbys about sin, damnation, and the end of the world. He lived in the apartment with his mother and his 17-year-old half-sister, Gladys Reyes.
Give me a second here. Go ahead and read the next one real quick for me.
Okay. Eddie was intensely controlling and highly abusive towards Gladys. On this sweltering June afternoon, Eddie flew into a psychotic, paranoid rage over Gladys's lifestyle, her friends, and specifically her boyfriend, who was visiting the apartment. The argument escalated rapidly. Eddie pulled out a heavy, homemade firearm and threatened to execute them both on the spot.
You know what time it is, guys? Since it's intermission and it's halfway through.
Oh my gosh.
I think what time it is.
What time is it?
It is time, that's right, for Murder Trivia that we just started last week here on the Murder Podcast Show. That's right. This is where we have some questions up there for you guys and come up with the answers. We ask you in the chat what you think the answer is. Best part of it all, the prize is absolutely fucking nothing. That's right. Absolutely nothing at all. So join us here as we are going to play Murder Trivia here on the Murder Podcast Show.
Yes.
Just to get those yawns out of you there, Jackie.
So, let's begin. Let's fire in the hole, shall we?
Can I read them this time?
Sure. Question number 1.
Dun, dun, dun. I can't see.
That's why you have to wait. That's why I usually do, because it's a delay.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You can read it.
What was the Zodiac killer's nickname before being Zodiac? You have A, Mr. Pew Pew, B, the Red Phantom, C, the Astrologist, or D, the Black Spectre. That's right. We will give you a few minutes there in the chat to see if you can come up with which one you may think it's B. It might be. And yes, nothing is the best prize ever. You can never go wrong with that prize.
Yeah, you never get anything you don't like. I mean, how? Oh, stop it. Thank you.
Hey,
Unsafe says C, the Astrologist. Anybody else in the chat? What was the Zodiac killer's nickname before being Zodiac?
Mr. Pew Pew.
Pew Pew. I feel like it was the Astrologist.
And the answer is B, the Red Phantom.
Oh.
That's right. It was B, the Red Phantom. Her timer is amazing. Question number 2. What was John Gacy's last meal? Was it A, KFC shrimp and fries, B, McDonald's Big Mac and fries, C, surf and turf, or D, steak, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes? We're going to give you one more chance here. What was John Gacy's last meal? Unsafe says C, surf and turf.
Ooh.
I have no clue what the hell surf and turf is.
It's
so.
lobster tail and a really great steak.
Something from the sea and something from the turf.
It can be shrimp, it can be fish, but it's something from, it can be a burger and fish, it can be shrimp and a steak, it can be whatever.
C, unsafe, and I don't do seafood stuff. The answer is A, KFC shrimp and fries. Lackadaisy was correct.
Yeah, he worked at KFC, did he not?
He did.
At one point, yeah.
He was a manager.
Next question. What movie released in 1932 and eventually remade in 2022 was referenced in the Zodiac's letters? A, Scarface, B, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, C, The Most Dangerous Game, or D, Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
Could you imagine this being... Whoa!
Woo, baby.
Could you imagine this being a rock version?
That'd be sweet.
We should find a
We
rock
need to
version.
find one.
What movie released in 1932 and eventually remade in 2022 was referenced in the Zodiac's letters? C. A Dangerous
Ooh,
Game.
Lackadaisy got it right.
The answer is C. The Most Dangerous Game.
That is correct.
Way to go.
And we got a fourth question here for you.
Had to make it longer.
Oh, bonus.
What serial killer inspired the 1974 movie The Texas Chainsaw Massacre? A. Jeffrey Dahmer, B. Ed Gein, C. John Wayne Gacy, or D. Jack the Ripper? This is how I took my test in school. I picked a letter. That was me.
Same.
That was me.
Especially the bubble test. Wait, I used to take the bubble test and I would try and make a picture with the bubbles.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I was.
What serial killer inspired the 1974 movie The Texas Chainsaw Massacre? All right. Lackadaisy says B, and Unsafe says B as well. And the answer is B, Ed Gein. That's right. Congratulations, guys. You all won absolutely not a fucking thing. So, other than that, thank you for playing with us another week on the Murder Trivia here on the Murder Podcast Show. As always, we do like to throw some our questions out there for you guys and try to stump you. Thank you for playing, and thank you for winning nothing. We do appreciate it. Come back next week, and the prize will still be the same. So here we are. For those of you that weren't here last week, that's just something new that we started to do every week now. And, we wanted to try to switch it up a little bit. I filled in the bubbles to be pretty. So Unsafe did that too as well. That's great. Hey, you got to do you.
It was either B or C. You don't dare pick A or D.
And if it's always all of the above, I was told it's always that one. D,
right,
D
yes.
or whatever.
I always used to make it like the arrows, like chevrons or a smiley face.
You lost me at Chev.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
The boyfriend, terrified for his life, managed to dive into a bedroom and barricade the door. Gladys, realizing her brother was completely unhinged, made a desperate life-or-death sprint for the apartment's front door. As she tore down the hallway, Eddie raised his weapon and fired.
Oh, that's where you are. Okay. The bullet struck Gladys, right?
Gladys.
That's Gladys? That's
It's
weird the way
Gladys.
it's spelled.
Yeah.
In the back of the thigh and the hip area, wounded, bleeding heavily, but fueled by pure, raw survival adrenaline, she managed to drag herself out of the apartment, down the stairs, and into a neighbor's flat, where they immediately dialed 911.
Within minutes, the NYPD completely surrounded the building. Realizing he was trapped, Eddie Seda retreated into the apartment, barricading the doors and windows. He had an absolute arsenal of homemade zip guns, pipes, and modified ammunition. What followed was a tense, terrifying, hours-long standoff. NYPD tactical teams and snipers took up positions on the neighboring rooftops. An incredibly ironic detail considering the media would later dub the unknown Zodiac the Brooklyn Sniper.
Seda, right?
Seda.
Seda was completely erratic, poking his gun barrel out of the window and screaming at the police. But the hostage negotiators had remained calm, patient, and highly professional. Over several hours, they slowly wore Seda down, appealing to his deeply religious nature. Eventually, he agreed to give up. He placed his arsenal into a bucket, lowered it out the window to waiting officers, and walked out of the front doors with his hands in the air. He was taken into custody without another shot being fired.
At that exact moment, Eddie Seda was just another violent, unstable man arrested after a tragic domestic dispute in Brooklyn. The arresting officers, the booking clerks, and the local detectives Absolutely none of them had any idea that the quiet, disheveled man sitting in the holding cell was the most hunted serial killer in the history of New York.
The historic breakthrough in the case happened during what should have been routine post-arrest processing at the 75th Precinct. Detective Joseph H. If I say that name, I'm going to want to do that
Herbert.
voice. That's I didn't, because I'm going to want to do that voice, and Unsafe has grounded me from that voice. Hell, I've grounded myself from that voice.
You were grounded.
Was assigned to sit down with Seda to take his formal written statement detailing the shootout with his sister and the subsequent standoff.
Seda was correct. I can't say that word. It's that word again.
Cooperative.
Quietly speaking in a soft voice, writing out his confession on standard police document paper. When Seda finished writing his account of the domestic dispute, Detective Herbert slid the paper across the metal table, handed him a pen, and said, "Standard procedure, Eddie. Just sign and date it at the very bottom."
It's so tempting. It really is. Eddie Seda took the pen. He carefully signed his name, and then out of sheer muscle memory, or perhaps driven by a deep subconscious desire to finally be recognized for the terror he had inflicted on the city, he drew a very specific symbol right next to his signature. It was a circle with a cross drawn clean through it, flanked by 3 small, stylized marks, resembling the number 7.
It's so stupid, man. I mean, it's just, come on now. And by the way, like that previous statement about like one of the more notorious serial killers or the most scary serial killers in New York history.
Yeah.
Berkowitz was a hell of a lot more terrifying than this guy.
Yeah.
And Berkowitz killed 6 people and injured like 11 or 12 or something like that. So
we got to cover him eventually.
Yeah, this guy didn't have a candle to that. And so I think he was just, he was a guy that was cooped up inside his house watching scary movies and gun violence and shit like that, and was a hermit and went out and killed people.
Yeah. Decided he was going to make his dream come true, I
Not
guess.
some highly intelligent, crafty fella. You know?
No.
Detective H froze. His eyes locked onto the symbol. His mind immediately raced back to the highly classified, unreleased crime scene photos from the Joseph P. and Larry P. shootings 6 years earlier. The public didn't know the exact design of those symbols. But H did. The design on Eddie Seda's confession page matched the killer's hidden signature perfectly.
Remaining incredibly calm so as to not spook the suspect, Detective H stepped out of the interrogation room. God, I love interrogations. Contacted the, dormant Zodiac task force and immediately brought in a veteran forensic handwriting expert. Within hours, the analysis was complete. The unique, I know of a unique, was a business.
Unique
sorry.
New York.
No, I was thinking of the business, unique.
Details.
ADHD, squirrel. Anyways, erratic slant of the lettering, the specific spelling mistakes, which there was quite a few of them, and the ink pressure matched the original Zodiac letters flawlessly. The mystery was solved. The ghost had a name, Herberto Seda. We'll go with that. Sounded good. Herberto!
When the detectives confronted Seda with the matching letters and symbols, he didn't panic. Excuse me. He didn't ask for a lawyer. Instead, he opened up completely, speaking with an unsettling calmness.
You gonna make it?
Mm-hmm. He proudly detailed his philosophy to the investigators, explaining that he viewed killing not as a sin, but as a vocation, a divine job he had been chosen by God to perform. He confirmed that he meticulously selected his victims based purely on their birth signs, trying to fulfill his self-imposed cosmic quota to clean the city of sinners. Cosmic quota.
And in New York, good luck, pal. You got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever notice a lot of these killers, man? They go to that line that God had instructed them to do it.
They're like, they think they're prophets.
He's killing bad
I remember
people. That's cute.
Mother God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, that was a trip. But anyways, we're getting into my favorite part of it, which is trials in court.
Ooh.
Woo! The trial, which finally took place in 1998, was a masterclass in courtroom tension. There's that word I love, courtroom. Seda underwent extensive psychiatric evaluations while defense attorneys argued he was deeply psychotic. Experts had determined that while he suffered from severe personality disorders and profound religious delusions, he knew exactly what he was doing. This is coffee. I love it. It's fucking great. He was deemed legally sane and fit to stand trial.
And light roast at that.
Light roast at that.
He's getting it done.
Oh, let me wave at the wall again.
That was the first time you acknowledged the wall tonight.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Wall. I let you down.
So he was just Delulu.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Just a little bit.
Throughout the court proceedings, Seda showed absolutely no remorse. He frequently engaged in violent, unhinged verbal outbursts, screaming at the prosecutors and the families of the victims. His behavior completely hardened the resolve of the jury. On June 24th, 1998, the jury found Eddie Seda guilty of 3 counts of second-degree murder and multiple counts of attempted murder. The judge, pulling no punches, sentenced him to a staggering 232 years in prison.
Goodbye.
So, why do they do that? Why don't they just say life? Nobody's going to live to be 232.
Yeah.
Well, it would be over that because the guy's already, it's
probably a better way than saying life sentence is that guy that recently died or whatever and came back to life and tried to argue that he had served his sentence.
Oh, God, yeah.
God,
I forgot about that.
That's pretty wild.
Did he actually get out of that?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they put him back in prison.
Today, Eddie is serving his massive sentence far away from the streets of Brooklyn, locked inside of the maximum security Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora. Sure.
Yeah.
Dannemora, New
great.
York. Bizarrely, his strange life took another twist behind bars. While incarcerated, he entered into a relationship and eventually married a fellow inmate, Cynthia China Blast. Not even going to comment. A well-known transgender woman and former Latin Kings gang member.
Okay. Well, whatever.
You do you,
What
Mr. Eddie.
He went for being deeply religious? What?
I can't think. That name is, that's a hell of a middle name and a hell of a last name.
Yeah, that's a little...
The terrifying saga of the New York Zodiac leaves the true crime community with a chilling, sobering realization. Real-world monsters are rarely the brilliant, smooth-talking, cinematic masterminds we see in Hollywood movies. More often than not, they are isolated, deeply insecure, and intensely angry individuals hiding in plain sight. They use stolen mythologies and homemade weapons to exact their rage on innocent people.
Mr. Eddie desperately wanted to be elevated to the mythic unsolved status of the original California Zodiac. He wanted his name spoken in the same breath as the Phantom of 1969. Instead, he is remembered as a tragic, deeply disturbed copycat whose deadly cosmic game was utterly dismantled by his own signature.
That brings us to the end of this deep dive into Eddie Seda. That brings us to the end. I just tried to read that whole crud.
So, yeah, this guy's wild. We have another new segment here that I want to try. Trying to do some different things, and Mr. Criminology Chris has never had his own segment, and I've been wanting to give him one. So, hold on to your seatbelts. And I don't know why you'd be wearing seatbelts at your house, maybe in your car if you're listening. But hold on, get to your seats here because we are going to
get your drink.
Head on over to Inside the Mind with Criminology Chris.
That'll bring back some early 90s memories for you.
It's very fitting for a 90s case.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no.
We didn't plan that.
Perfect timing, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. We just continue to use that, though. I like it. But, anyways, Seda claimed his victims, they were chosen on, astrological science, psychological analysis, suggest a more opportunistic motive. targeting the most vulnerable individuals. I mean, this guy, once again, he was targeting homeless and displaced people, preyed on individuals that were unlikely to fight back or draw immediate, police attention or anything like that. This guy was he was a hermit. He lived in his mom's house. He sat in a room, reading about infamous murderers and gun violence, and became deeply fixated on the original Zodiac killer. He compensated for his otherwise powerless, socially isolated existence. The Zodiac persona provided him with a grand, terrifying identity that he could live up to. I mean, other than just being like a sad, ordinary human being.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, it's like the reason why I get down on it, like through the episode, it's like, man, these guys, it's like opening up a store next to Walmart called Allmart.
Yeah.
And selling T-shirts and food and things and thinking that you're, setting the world on fire.
Yeah.
Like this guy is similar to a bunch. I think he had issues with I think it was borderline personality disorder. He had some of the commonly occurring things that we brought up in the game show last week.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Unsafe said it too right there on the last comment there. Pathetic, really.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, it's the same thing as like BTK's urge to go out and find these guys that he can model himself after just because his original everyday ordinary self is just so damn boring you can
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it says he had borderline or atypical schizophrenia and chronic paranoia. I mean, probably came from his detachment to reality and sitting inside of a house all day long watching movies and shit.
Yeah.
So everybody get outside, go do things.
Touch grass.
Touch grass. Talk to people. Don't be socially awkward and
cut your grass too.
Yeah, cut your grass. And when you do, fill up your tires.
And when you go to Walmart, get into some fights.
But don't end up on the people of Walmart.com.
Hey, it's better than staying at home. Honestly, you got to get out. You got to talk to people. You got to be a part of the world. If you don't, that's what you end up with. Like you get guys pacing back and forth in their neighborhoods in camo and talking to themselves and that kind of shit. So,
well, you guys heard it straight from Criminology Chris, and it's a new segment we're going to do at the end of every episode now.
Yeah, go make
so
friends.
Thank you. That was Inside the Mind with Criminology Chris.
Woo!
Tonight on Inside.
I can't talk like Stack.
No,
I'm
thank
close.
you.
Welcome to...
What? You don't want to go touch grass?
No.
Unsafe?
Her and I are, we are homebodies, and we prefer to stay away from the world. So... But
you're
we're
forced
not
to interact
killers.
with us.
We're not killers, though. So
it seems I'm the same way. I
Oh,
stay
yeah,
home all the time.
yeah.
It's funny that my job is to be a social guy and go out and do things and stuff and talk to people. But
yeah,
Same.
as soon as I'm
couldn't
done
do
doing
that.
that shit, I'm done, man. I
See,
go
that's
home
what
and
that's what I do. I have always been a social butterfly, especially as a kid, like growing up, very much.
Oh,
that
she could do
kind.
it all the time. She could talk to people
But-
nonstop. I go home and I don't even want to answer my phone.
As I've
Yeah.
gotten older, I've become more of a homebody. I'd rather stay at home than go out and party or go get
Yeah,
to know other people.
yeah.
It's hard making friends after 30.
Well, guys, thank you for listening in to another wonderful episode here on the Murder Podcast Show. This was a good case, another good copycat one. I think next week will be our last copycat one, and we will wrap that up. We're almost at our mid-season finale, which will be episode 30. This
That's
is
next
29.
week.
That's next week.
Holy
So that'll
cow,
be the
guys.
mid-season, halfway through season 2.
Woo!
And then I have another one in mind that is going to be very extensive and very brutal and very it's going to be very, very tough, and it's probably going to be like a 2 to 3 week one to do. It is going to be it's going to mentally break you down.
Exhaust you.
Yes, it literally is. It's going to be bad.
Not that we're exhausting. You should listen. It's going to be great.
Well, yeah, true. But anyways, don't forget we're going to do the Afterlife show. So what we're going to do is we will sign off here. It'll be about 9 o'clock. We're going to wait 15 minutes, and I will create the other live for that. You will see it here. And we will start that at 9:15, and join us if you haven't already been a part of one yet. We've only done 2. So this will be our 3rd one, and we talk anything non-true crime, and it's a blast. We got a list of stuff that we're going to cover, and we just have fun. It's more laid back and chill. We laugh, we joke, we have fun with it. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, follow, share all of our content. Classroom Jackie works hard at that all throughout the week to post content and different things like that. And also don't forget, if you're into watching court trials, I had started a second YouTube channel called Take the Stand Court Watch. And please go over, subscribe to that. All I do is I play past court trials and recent ones too as well. None of us are on it at all. There's nobody talking. It's just straight court watching. The chat is open in there if anybody wants to commence back and forth. But please check it out. Search it here. Once again, it's called Take the Stand Court Watch. Right now, I just started playing today the Corey Richins trial again, which is where she was accused of poisoning her husband and killing him. So that's a good one. Just started it today, and it was like a 2-week trial. So head on over there. Check it out. Other than that, we're going to sign off, and we will see you guys at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time for the Afterlife. Jackie, go ahead and take us out of here.
Same crime time, same crime place.
Good night,
See
everyone.
ya.
Goodbye.